Okay guys, welcome to a special edition of Flea Market and Garage Sale Pickup Leftovers. I went over to a couple of flea markets. They did end up being well, however I didn't have a cameraman. I did shoot some footage, so there will be some footage thrown in over here. It's a pretty epic find I found, so yeah. Let's get into the first one. This first flea market was on a Wednesday. I went over there pretty early, but yeah, somebody beat me to the punch over there. A friend of mine, somebody I know from the collector group I'm in, I bumped into him and he was like, hey dude, check out what I found. And he actually found one of those old plastic things from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that you can put against your wall. I used to have one of those as a kid. I have one now, but it's really yellow. And he found it for 20 cents. So yeah, life isn't fair. Life is just not fair. Not fair at all. But anyways, we had a pretty cool chat. We walked around the flea market and yeah, I did find some stuff. So let's get into it. I did pick up a vintage game over there. I picked up Daffy Duck, the Marvin missions. This is actually a run and gun platformer. Pretty cool for a Looney Tune game, right? Set in space, your Daffy Duck, he has some kind of space outfit. He can actually jetpack around the level too. There are power-ups. There's like a tiny store inside where you can power up his gun, and yeah, pretty neat. I also think I have this game for the Mega Drive. I was checking out some gameplay and I am definitely excited to play this now. Picked this one up, and yeah, that was pretty much the only game I got over there because lots of competition over there. So many competition these days. Then next up, two finds I did not get on camera, but they're pretty cool in their own right. I bought a vintage toy. I bought this Swamp Thing Transducer playset. Biomutator changes men into monsters. So yeah, this is the Swamp Thing Transducer. I don't know, it was Kenner, it was in the box. I don't remember how much he was asking for it, but I think he was asking 30, which was like, that's a bit much. So I was like, you know, I can do 15. And I think in the end we finished on 20. It's just I never see anything by Swamp Thing, so that already really caught my interest in wanting to get this. The inside, it is still sealed, so all of the plastic stuff is still sealed. I seem to have dropped this too. Maybe I'll turn into a mutant now. Yeah, so it was sealed in there, but there was another reason I really wanted to get this. It's because when I checked it out over there, I saw that there was this tiny booklet inside, and yeah, that's pretty much what sold it on me. I don't know if I'm gonna end up keeping this one. The box is pretty beat up, but the toy is still pretty good. It does come with the mutated insect figure, so that's pretty darn cool. But yeah, the main reason I wanted it is because this Kenner toy catalog was in it, and it has the real Ghostbusters, it has RoboCop inside, there's Beetlejuice toys, Ratfink, and Batman. So yeah, I'll show you guys a little bit of the close-ups, but yeah, that's pretty much why I wanted to get it. I know my mind works in mysterious ways. Yeah, I wanted to get the tiny toy catalog. That's pretty stupid, I know, but anyways, moving on. What else did I get over there? I got these, you know, I don't know if you guys, I never see any of you guys in America picking this up, but these are like sticker albums. So this one is for a Disney type of movie. I don't know, Taran and the Magic Kettle, I think it's like the Black Magic Pot or something. A pretty cool Disney movie that it's about sorcery and you know, dragons, castles and stuff. They don't really seem to do anything with this IP, but yeah, I really liked the movie back in the day. So yeah, it's the Black Cauldron, that's what it's called, I think. I don't know why this moved out of the like the main pictures for Disney, because that looked kind of cool. I also got E.T. the extraterrestrial, the extraterrestrial. So yeah, a sticker book. This one is also complete. So yeah, I don't know. This just takes me back to childhood. So I think these were €1 a piece or 150. I can just leave them behind, really. And then I got this 3D puzzle from Jurassic Park. So yeah, that's pretty darn epic. One of the cool things, this is the T-Rex Playset 3D puzzle. So you have a big T-Rex, there's some palm trees, but there's actually a little, a small jungle cruiser type of vehicle in there, so that's why I wanted to get it. That's pretty cool. Yeah, totally. So I think I have another one of these sets. I think there are 3 of these in total. So yeah, gonna be on the lookout for the other one. Then one of the things I always want to tell you guys is whenever you see a box of old 80s and 90s toys, dig around on the floor of the box, because that's where you will find the weapons, the stuff that if the good figures are already gone, they might have left behind the weapons for it, and the weapons are even harder to get than the figurines. So that's what I'm doing over here in this footage. I'm digging around, I'm trying to find, there's some Mighty Morphin Power Ranger stuff in here. I see that some of the tiny parts for some of the Zords are in here, so I picked those up. There's also a Dino Rider dinosaur in with the regular dinosaurs. Unfortunately, there's no accessories for the Dino Rider's dinosaur over here, but hey, at least I got the dinosaur already. Those accessories just a freaking pain in the ass to get, really. I do have the dinosaur now, so that's already cool. I'm still looking for those guys, like the action figurines, because they're like mutated and just regular humans fighting on dinosaurs against each other. What a freaking cool cartoon was that back in the day. But anyways, I digress. I was searching around in the box looking for weapons, and all of a sudden the guy who's selling the stuff, he comes over and here's some more. And he hands me this freaking thing with all of the weapons in there. So I pop in the stuff I already found, and in here there's the armor for the Green Ranger that I was still looking for because mine doesn't have it. So that's the back, and there's just a ton of weapons for the regular Power Rangers. So we also have the big Saber sword. We have, I think this is the Red Ranger's sword. There's just a ton of weapons in here. There's even some Ghetto Power Rangers, some of the small playset Power Rangers. I don't know, just a bunch of tiny things for Power Rangers and the Zords. So yeah, he was asking €1 for all this, so I was like, yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it right away. That was pretty darn neat. Then, before we head over to the other day, I went out to a garage sale and a flea market. I actually also went over to the thrift store. So yeah, at the thrift store, a lot of stuff happened. There was a Channel F video game system that was up for bidding. So yeah, didn't really make a move on that. It did look cool, the Channel F. And then a day later, I walked past this thrift store, and out in the store window, there's a Donkey Kong Super Nintendo set. Yeah, I'm like, oh my god, it's 10 to 10. This thrift store is gonna open up. I'm gonna head in there. I'm gonna buy it. It's probably gonna be cheap. So I walk in there, and the guy tells me, yeah, that's up for bidding online. So I check it out online. Online, it's already been bid on. It's up to 50. So I placed my bid for 60 euros. I figured out, yeah, the box is kind of ripped, but yeah, this thing can go for 180 in perfect condition. However, it's not in perfect condition. So yeah, I put 60 on it. I feel like I want to pay it just to have that said box in my collection, even though it's just a cardboard sleeve, mind you. So inside there's just a regular SNES, I don't know where my SNES is, somewhere up there, just a regular SNES set, and then they put a cardboard sleeve over it with Donkey Kong, and it's placed vertically. Yeah, so yeah. Then fast forward a couple days, and they're already bidding up to 310 euros for this thing. So yeah, that's just idiotic. It's not worth that. The SNES inside, it's yellowed. Yeah, the box is kind of tore up. The plastic of the seal is still on it, but it's not sealed. So yeah, I don't get why somebody would want to pay 310 euros for this. I don't understand. And to be honest, if they're gonna keep on popping all of the retro gaming stuff up for bid, it's not gonna get any better. We're not gonna find anything over at the freaking thrift store. Yeah, so kind of hurt missing out on that, but then again, I wasn't gonna dish out more than 80 euros for this thing, so I'm happy somebody else overpaid for this. Really. One thing that I did find that was really a steal was this April figurine, which I can't seem to find in my room because it is a freaking mess. Yeah, so I found a green April, and you're like, yeah, an April, everybody has April for the Turtles. They're throwing with it the complete mint on card ones. They only go for about 15. Yeah, but what is so crazy about this green April is that the green April came with a Channel 5 news van, which was just a revamp of the party wagon. They painted it blue, popped some other extra stuff on there to make it look like a news van, and that thing is pretty freaking expensive. So I looked up some stuff on eBay. I think this figure alone can go around 15 to 18 euros. I picked it up for 50 cents. So if I ever find a complete party Channel News 5 wagon thing, then I'm already that much closer to having it really complete. So yeah, I was pretty happy with that find. And then another thing I found over at the thrift store was my favorite movie of all time. And now you're probably thinking, oh, what is Ed's favorite movie of all time? Is it going to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1? And actually it's not. It's pretty silly. It's a comedy. It's called Basketball. It was made by the guys that do South Park. So Trey Parker and Matt Stone. Basketball, I don't know. I saw it as a kid, and then whenever it's on, I watch it, but I wanted to have it on DVD, so I figure why not buy it over here. It was 2 euros. But yeah, there's so many great memories attached to this. It's a really silly movie. And you know, let me know, guys, what's your favorite movie? Maybe it's also one of these oddities. Maybe it's not The Shawshank Redemption or Raiders of the Lost Ark. not like that stuff that everybody goes for. Those were the best movies ever. No, for me, it's freaking basketball.
Hey, Tommy's fat.
Dude, that's not cool.
Yeah, it is.
That's not cool.
No, just do it really subtle.
Subtle. Hey, Grunsky, you losing weight?
Hey, you guys, seriously, I'm fucking fat. Seriously, guys, I'm fucking fat.
So that was it for Thrift Store Ranting 2018. Moving on to a Saturday morning over in, where was it? In Beast. I went over to Beast. I went over there to the flea market. There was supposed to be 300 stands. I got in early because that's when you're supposed to find good stuff. However, I didn't find any freaking games there. So I was actually heading in hoping for toys, and I did find some toys. And I do have some footage of all this stuff. So let's roll some footage, guys. Yeah, as you can see, one of these guys had some pretty epic 80s toys. He had some of these wrestlers. I didn't have this one yet, so I picked him up. I also picked up this guy, which I did play with back in the day. I think one of my friends had him. So, you know, I don't know what his move is supposed to be. That just looks freaking weird. This guy looks like he might want to go to the Blue Oyster Club from Police Academy, but yeah, I didn't really watch WWF or WWE wrestling. I don't even know what this is, but I did play with the toys, so yeah, pretty happy to get these two. I think I paid €2 each, so why not? And then next to that was some other stuff, some more expensive stuff the guy said, but I was like, you know, if I get all three of these, will you cut me a deal? And he did, and that's why I got Mumra from the Thundercats. Pretty cool. I also got this villain type of guy, and this other villain. So yeah, that's pretty cool. He is supposed to have like a belt thing or something, but at least they all came with a weapon, so they're more complete. It's pretty hard finding these with the accessories, so yeah, and they're in really good condition, so yeah, I'm really happy with these. I found this turtle, this 1998, the next Mutation, Leonardo. This is like the last series of Turtles that I watched. I remember thinking this is kind of weird because they had a girl called Venus the Milo that was like a female turtle in there too. The cool thing about this is that they're all kind of rubbery, so they're way more bendy. Kind of feels like the movie Turtles. They also had like that bendy rubbery stuff. I didn't have this guy yet. I do have Raph, and I have pretty much every villain and the ones that are on skateboards from when I was a kid still. So wanted to add this one. And another boot, I usually stop over at this flea market. They always have 80s toys, so I picked up another one of these spider dudes. I don't know, I really like Spider-Man. I think I already have this one. I actually do. So this is the second Spider-Man, exactly the same one. Well, you can't really have enough Spider-Man, so that's good to get. And I got a freaking Transformer. I'm almost as cool as Greco Fabulous now. No, I'm nowhere near that. So yeah, it is a real one, I think. Yeah, he's built like a tank and he transforms into a robot. I have no clue what this guy's name is, but it's so cool to have another G1 Transformer. I think this is G1. Greco, correct me if I'm wrong. And he's probably gonna comment like, "Don't tell me what to do. I have more subs than you." So, but yeah, he's funny that way. So yeah, there's still too much stuff over here. Did I drop my Make a Turtle set? Freaking drop my Make a Turtle set. It's from the last video. If you haven't checked it out yet, maybe do it now. Then the outside part of the flea market, I picked up some other cool stuff. There was this booth that had all of these old 90s things in box, and I was talking to a lady. She said like, yeah, I got all this stuff from this dude in the UK. Yeah, so I picked up a couple of things because the prices were pretty darn good. I picked up this set of James Bond of James Bond Jr. James Bond Jr. was like a cartoon in the 90s from James Bond. So yeah, they turned it into a cartoon. These are some of the cars that they put out. So this is the Warfield van. We have the Scum helicopter. I guess Scum is like the bad guy organization. And we have James's car. Checking not stud, you know. So yeah, James Bond cars on the card. So I paid 10 for the tree, so I think that's the full set. Yeah, so I figure, you know, it's cool. I watched the show back in the day, so why not? And then I was looking at these. I was looking at pugs or bottle caps, like movie card kind of thing. I never knew they called it bottle caps. But anyway, I was looking at a box of Judge Dredd, the 1995 movie Judge Dredd movie cards, and I was like picking out 2 of the packs, going like, how much do you want for this? And she was like, you know, a pack's only €5. So I picked up a pack. Yeah, a sealed pack of collector's Spugs bottle caps. Used to be £1 for one pack for a pack. That was the UK price. 50 awesome Spugs featuring images from the Judge Dredd movie. I don't know, Spugs, it just doesn't flow out of my mouth like that, but yeah. It's pretty cool. It's 90s. It's Judge Dredd. He had a pretty cool video game out on the SNES and the Game Boy. Yeah. So for €5, I picked it up. There's like 50 packs in here. I was prepared to pay the lady €2 for one. €2 for one pack, so yeah, why not? I also picked up some music to bring on all my car rides. I picked up the Offspring Conspiracy of One punk rock record. I Want You Bad is on here, I think. I picked up the original soundtrack for Top Gun. Take My Breath Away is on here, so pretty good. Picked up Armor for Sleep. If you're kind of into old school emo, punk rock, post-hardcore, this is a pretty cool record. The guy doesn't scream on it, but there's interesting guitar parts going on this record. It's kind of a concept record where the guy dies and then he goes over like different songs telling you what to do when you are dead. Some pretty good songs on there. And then I also picked up Darkest Hour. Undoing Rain, I guess is what it's called. I didn't have the record yet. This guy does scream, I think, on the record, but Darkest Hour, they have some pretty cool riffs, so yeah. Picked up these CDs for the car rides over to the flea markets. Then I leave the flea market and I notice there's a garage sale going on. There's 30 garages open for this garage sale, so I'm thinking, you know, not everybody's gonna head over here and try to smooch away all of the games. And I end up being correct, so here's some footage of my trip to this garage sale. Oh yeah, so yeah, that looked, I mean, that was pretty okay for 30 stands, you know. I picked up a couple games at one of these first garages I went to, Mario Kart for Wii, and Super Mario Bros. Brawl. I remember playing this game back in the day. That was pretty fun. Yeah, it was, of course I was in my early 20s, but yeah, I remember my nephew bringing it over during Christmas time, and we just spent nights playing this game. Pretty fun. And then a game I still needed was Diddy Kong Racing for the DS. I love Diddy Kong Racing on the N64. It's kind of like Super Mario Kart, but hyped up, like upgraded with so much more DLC than you could ever imagine. You can race not only in karts, but also in hovercrafts, in airplanes. There's a ton of levels in here. There's boss battles in a race kart game. Yeah, boss battles. No, definitely check out Diddy Kong Racing on the N64 or on the DS. These ports to the DS aren't too bad, actually. So yeah, picked up these for I think 10 euros. That was pretty good. The other two I will probably use as trade bait because, you know, Mario titles or Smash Bros titles, you can always get some good trading credit for that. Okay, so the camera crapped out. Yeah. Area 51 always picks up pretty cool comics, and yeah, he kind of got me interested. So I decided when I saw over at this garage sale that there were some comics over here. So usually you see all of the crap Belgian stuff that I don't really care about, but amongst these I started digging around and there were a couple of Marvel comics in here. So yeah, I got these Marvel comics. Well, in Europe, in the Benelux, they came out as Junior Press. So that's the company that I guess did the translation for these. Yeah, I picked up this Cable comic, Cable number 5. Don't really know too much about it, but I like the cover. And then I picked up this one, which has a gorgeous cover. The Infinity Crusade is what it's called, the beginning of the apocalypse. You can see Thor, there's Silver Surfer, there's Spider-Man, there's Wolverine, Captain America the Beast, all in there. Of course, you know, the drawings are the same than the American comics, but they just translated it to Dutch, so, you know, the tiny kids could actually read it because, you know, I can read English back then. So I kind of relied on these. Also for Turtle comics, we had these by Junior Press, so we'd have them translated. Boom. And then we have the biggest pickup of the day. I talked to this lady. I was like trying to jog her memory, you know. She told me she had some Wii stuff, but they already sold it. I was like, maybe you have some older stuff like Game & Watch. I'm also looking for Game & Watch. Maybe you have that. But she didn't. But I started, you know, rambling on, you know, I'll you know, pretty much look for anything, Sega, Atari. And then she said, I do have an old Atari. I'll drive home, come back over to this sale, and I'll bring it for you. And I asked her, you know, put it in the back, so if you bring it over, nobody starts getting what I was after, you know, trying to take over my deal. Which she doesn't do, because I walk up to the sale after like 20 minutes again, and she's like, oh yeah, it's over there. So it was out in the open, anybody could see it, which was kind of stupid. But The cool thing is this is a 4-button Atari 2600 system. This is a old 4-button or 5-button, 4-button 2600 system. Yeah, and it's in the box. There are 4 games also in the box there. So I started talking to her about, you know, yeah, I'd want to buy this. How much do you want for it? And she actually takes her wallet and she grabs out a article of the newspaper. And she shows me like, yeah, you know, I know about this stuff, this old video game stuff. They're pretty much worth like 80 to 150 euros, these old console systems. And I'm like, oh, freaking hell, she's gonna make me pay for this stuff, right? And I tell her, well, I don't know if Atari is still that much, you know, looked after. Most people that are into that, they already have everything they want, or they stopped collecting, you know. But the stuff is in pretty good condition, so I ask her, what's your price? And she says, I'd like 50 euros for this. And I'm like, I don't have this yet. I want it because it does look good. The boxes are still in great condition, but I'm not gonna pay 50 for this. So I tell her, you know, I show her my money right away too. I got 30 euros, you know, take it or leave it. And she takes it. It's because I showed her the money. It was out there. The only thing she had to do was grab it. I was gonna go up to 40, but yeah, I just said, you know, here's 30 for all of it. And that kind of sealed the deal. I got a big bag and I started biking away really happy. So yeah, let me show you what I got, guys. I got this pretty cool Atari 2600 in the box. Oh man, this looks pretty, I mean, it looks pretty good because this is probably from the 80's. Yeah. All of the inlay stuff is still in there. The console looks in pretty good condition. Of course, the box is some, you know, small stuff, but how freaking old is this box? Yeah, the Atari video computer system. Did not have this one yet. I did have I still have a Atari Junior, but not this one, 2600. I really like the box. This looks so cool, so I'm really happy and glad that I got this one. Then let's move over to the games. We got video chess. The ends of the boxes are kind of ripped, but overall they're pretty okay. I don't know. Yeah, video chess, just another riveting chess game, I guess. What else do we get? We got Phoenix, which looks like a space shooter type of thing. The box art on these is always pretty cool. Then I got, I think, a classic, Miss Pac-Man. I know Pac-Man on the 2600 isn't that great. I guess Miss Pac-Man might be a little bit better. So yeah, pretty good game to get, I guess, for the Atari. If you're gonna go Atari all the way, I guess. And then this cool Frogger box. So at first you must jump the Frogger across a busy road, dodging speeding cars and trucks, and then try to cross a swirling river, leaping onto turtles, logs, and backs of alligators in a desperate attempt to get home. Now that is a backstory that will definitely get you playing this game. So yeah, this comes with this really cool looking card thingy. They kind of look a bit different. The Parker ones. I also have Q*bert, I think, and a manual. See, it's not that hard. Back in 1970. What year is this from? Doesn't say. Sega. So, you know, Nintendo Switch, if they could put freaking manuals in game boxes back in 1978 or whatever, you can do it now. Put manuals in there. So yeah, that was it for this two-parter extravaganza of a pickup leftovers. I hope you enjoyed it. Next Monday we will be back and returning to the regular programming of just game hunts and stuff like that with me trying to be funny and stuff. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. Have a great weekend, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.